I've been a business owner for now 6 years almost, and I want to share with you one of the most important lessons that I've learned throughout these 6 years that I wish I learned a lot easier, a lot faster, a lot sooner, obviously. So, what is this big lesson? Well, the thing is, I want to tell you how I learned it. Lately, I've been wanting to post content, be consistent with it, share my knowledge, my expertise, my experience that I've been gathering throughout the last, 5, 6 years, because I've never done so. For the first 3 years alone, I never posted. I was running my business, on my own. I never shared it online with anyone, etc. I started posting around 2 years ago, but I just did it for fun. I had no agenda. I was just saying stuff, random stuff, self-development, what I was doing, and nothing too crazy. Maybe I posted like once a month or whatever. Just if I had an idea, I would post about it. That was all. However, lately I've been wanting to, well, I obviously know what it is I want to do. And for you who don't know, my name is Maher, and what I do is I've founded the world's first legit online entrepreneurship university. So we teach men like myself how to make money online using online entrepreneurship, which I believe is the best way. And for some reasons, if you want, I was actually journaling about this because I do believe that education is not following with us right now. It's not improving as society is, and society is changing. For example, AI, many other things as well, but like AI is a big one right now, right? But like education is not catching up with AI. For example, it's still telling you to remember about the theory from whoever's name, when you can literally just look it up with ChatGPT in like 30 seconds. So education doesn't make sense anymore. Inflation is real. I actually looked this up, but basically I was researching this, and apparently 100 years ago, 1920, in the US, for example, a house would cost 2 to 3 more times than your yearly income. So your yearly income would be around $3,000 a year, but this is like 100 years ago in the US. But a house would cost around 6,000 something dollars. So that would be your yearly income times 3 or so, 2 to 3. However, today, the average house costs 6 to 8 times your yearly income. Okay, so yes, the yearly income right now in the US, like the average, according to that research, was 60 to 70,000. However, the average house might cost $400,000. Okay, so it literally costs like 6 to 8 times more than your yearly income, which now means that you need to be 2 people to even afford a house. All this just to say that inflation is real. Education is not keeping up with this. And I was just documenting about these things, right? People have no more social lives. And I was just thinking, like, how did I solve all these problems for myself during the last 6 years? And it was because of online entrepreneurship. I was able to build my own business at the age of 17, 16. That's when I started. And I was able to actually live on my business, full-time income and everything at the age of 19. And I've been doing so now for the last 3 years or so. I'm 22. I'm currently in Brazil, for example, and I was born in Syria and raised in Sweden. So like all these things, right? All comes back to online entrepreneurship. However, what is this big lesson that I was talking about? Because I wanted to post content. I want to teach my lessons with you. I want to teach you my lessons. I want to share these things with you. And that's literally my dream. Like, I've achieved some of the things that I want to achieve, but there are bigger things. There's this bigger vision. I do believe that the Entrepreneurship University, I want to get it to where it is literally like Harvard, but for online entrepreneurship. So that a young person after high school can literally graduate and apply for Entrepreneurship University and actually get a legit degree. So like, that's the vision. That's exactly what I want to build. That's why I want to post, so that people can be aware of this. That's the movement. That's the vision. That's the mission. I want people to be part of it. That's why I want to post. But I was constantly struggling with like, okay, how do I post? What do I post about? Like, how do I do this? Because nothing felt like it was landing. You know, I was posting on Twitter, it didn't land. I was posting on Instagram, but it just felt so scammy, or like it just felt so weird. It just felt like, you have to chase the attention of someone, and it just didn't land. Then I was thinking about emails, and then I was thinking about podcasts, then I was thinking of YouTube videos, and I would try a few of them, right? However, nothing felt right. And actually, this is the first video that actually feels right. So, which actually confirms that my solution was correct. And it's just do something that you can actually be yourself in and also stick to long term. That's the answer. But let me tell you why that's the answer. It's because if you want to achieve a goal, it can be fitness, it can be entrepreneurship. But let's take fitness for an example, just so we can then apply it back to entrepreneurship. Let's say you want to lose 10 kg or 15 kg, or you just want to be fit. You want to have a 6-pack or a 4-pack. You just want to look good, and be a functional day-to-day life person, but for the rest of your life. Then a strict diet won't help you do that. Something you don't like will not help you do that. You have to find something that will come natural to you, that you will be able to stick to for the rest of your life, so that you can stay in shape for the rest of your life. That's the goal, right? Or do you just want to be in shape for 2 months? What's the point of being in shape for 2 months? You want to be in shape and in good health and be physically and mentally fit for the rest of your life. I hope that's your goal, at least. So you need to find a routine, a way of living in life that would help you always hit that goal. Something that would be consistent. And how do you do that? You have to make it super easy. You have to make it easy for you to stay consistent with your actions to hit your goal. Okay? Now we go back to, what is my goal? I want to share my teachings with you guys to be able to build the Entrepreneurship University and get people to actually join this vision, because I believe it can be revolutionary, and that's where the future is heading. That's my goal. How do I do that? By posting and making more people aware. That's what I have to do. Correct. However, I didn't want to do it. I felt resistance towards doing it. So what did I have to do? I had to make it super easy. And I was just thinking, what comes natural to me? What format is best for me? What channel? What distribution? What strategy? Whatever. All of these things, right? And I've been experimenting like hell with it lately. Since November, and then we're in April. Like 5 months. I've tried so many things. If you go on my Instagram or my YouTube, you're going to see that there's a difference between the things that I've been posting. And because I've been trying, testing, but just nothing stuck with me. And I've paid for help and I've not paid for help, etc. It's just like, what's working for someone else didn't actually work for me. And then I just asked myself, what comes natural to me? How can I convey myself and my personality, my thoughts in the best way possible? There is this thing that I've always been doing for the last 5 years or so maybe, and it's journaling. So this is just a random book that I bought from the store the other day, because my previous journal finished, or whatever you say, like I had no more pages left. And I think I've written literally like thousands of pages since I became an entrepreneur, because it's my way of finding clarity and solving my own problems. Okay, so when I was journaling, I was actually writing my best ideas. I was actually solving my biggest problems. I was being the most honest, the most me possible. That's the purest version of me that I've ever been. It's when I journal. And I was thinking, if I could just share that with the world. But then I was also thinking, wait, my notes are so messy, I can barely read them myself. So what's the next best way of doing so? And I was like, let me just talk about what I'm writing. So that's why you see this in front of me right now. You'll probably see it a lot more often as well, or some other version of it. It's just that I just need to make it easy, and this is what the easiest thing comes to me. The phone is here, the tripod, I literally taped it to the floor so it would stick in the same position every single time. This table is not gonna move. I don't think you can see the table, but there's a table here. This laptop, well, I can obviously move the laptop, it's just a laptop. And I'm gonna be wearing some form of hat, some form of white or black t-shirt, just to make it easy for myself. Because then I don't have to think about, what do I wear? What do I say? What do I not say? I don't have a script for this, right? I don't have to think about what to post, because everything is in here, and I do this every day, naturally, because that's how I go about my day-to-day life. This is how I live. I've just always done that. That's something that works for me. I've always journaled. It just makes so much sense. Now it's the easiest thing ever, and this feels so good. This feels so natural right now, what I'm doing right now. I have no script, no nothing. I'm just filming, and I attached this microphone to my shirt. That's pretty much it. And now, every single time I come up with something, I can do this 5 times a day. I can just turn on the camera, put my phone on the tripod, attach the microphone, have my laptop here if I want to, if I have something on it. I actually don't, so right now it's just sitting here. It's literally, it's not even mine, it's my creative director's. I don't know, it was just here. And this is my journal, and I was just reading from it to begin with. That's how I started this whole conversation. All this just to say, if you want to achieve a goal, set the goal, obviously. What is the goal? And then ask yourself, what do I have to do to achieve this goal? And then ask yourself, how can I make it so easy for me to do these action steps every single day, consistently, every single week, every single month for the rest of my life? Or if the goal is not a rest of your life goal, maybe you want to build a specific business, but it's not, hey, I want to run this business for the rest of my life, but you're going to have to do it for a few years at least. I hope you don't think that you can build a business in a week. Don't. It doesn't work like that. It actually takes at least 12 months to build a proper business, profitable, serious, predictable business, at least 12 months. So you have to if your goal is that, build a successful, predictable business that will make you money and, for example, leave your 9 to 5 and replace it and make money online so you can be free, travel, etc., and have vocational time and financial freedom, then that's the goal. And you have to take certain action steps every single day, every single week, every single month for a long time for you to achieve that goal. Now the question is, how can you make these actions so simple for you as possible? For example, just setting up a setup to where you record a video, if recording videos is one of those actions. Or for example, you attach the specific document that you always read in your bookmarks tab on your laptop. Or for example, you always have your charger plugged in next to your desk, because then when your laptop needs charging, you don't have to be like, oh, where's my charger, blah, blah, blah. You just take it and plug it because it's always there. It's like all these things makes life easier. So now you can not work on them. They just function automatically in your life every single day. And your brain now has more time and energy and focus to be able to focus on the bigger tasks, the more important tasks, and not where do I put my camera when I record, or where is my charger when I need to charge my laptop. And you never have to move around and be like, oh, sorry, I just need to find my charger in the middle of a meeting. All these things just make your life easier to make sure that you can hit these action steps. Just one more example, it can be eating food. That's a big one for me because I don't like cooking. And I obviously have to eat, and it's like, what do I buy? What do I not buy? What do I cook? What do I not cook? Etc. However, me and Luve, my creative director, we were talking about this today. We found this restaurant close to our house, literally maybe 5-minute walk away, 6-minute walk away from our house. And the food was great. It was rice, it was steaks, and some beans, some salad. Amazing food, right? It was a bit more expensive than it would cost in, buy steaks and come back and do them yourself. But it's harder, takes more effort, takes more time. It's just simply not worth it. So paying that little extra to just eat out every day makes so much more sense, because now I can just hit my goals because I've made my life easier. I hope that makes sense. That's one of the biggest lessons I can tell you today. Make following your action steps easier, and you will hit your goals with less something, you know what I mean. So that's it, and I will see you in the next one.